محمد نبينا بنور هدينا.
When pilgrims were abandoned, they couldn't go for the Hajj.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, says the rise in the Hajj fare for the year 2017 was as a result of the high rate of the dollar against the naira. NAHCON chairman Barrister Abdullah Muhammad Mukhtar stated this in his submission at a two-day public hearing organized by the Senate Ad Hoc Committee on Accommodation, Logistics, Feeding, Onshore and Offshore of the Nigerian Pilgrims. Senator Adamu Alero chairs the committee. Barrister Abdullah Mukhtar pointed out that in the year 2009, $3,404.95 was at an exchange rate of 135 US dollars. 2010, $3,484.54 at 135 US dollars. 2011, $3,766.44 at 154 US dollars. 2012, $4,112.86. 2013, $4,234.12 at an exchange rate of 146 US dollars. 2014, $4,451.65 at an exchange rate of $150. 2015, $4,671.43 at an exchange rate of 160 US dollars. 2016, $5,026.40 at an exchange rate of 196 US dollars. 2017, $4,725.41 at an exchange rate of $305.
Which means the Commission has reduced the total dollar component of Hajj in 2017 with about almost getting to $300 compared to 2016. If you go through the template, there is no single component of the Hajj fare that was increased by $1, none. The bottom line of the increase of 2017 Hajj fare impliedly is the foreign exchange matter, from 197 to 305, meaning if a pilgrim that performed Hajj in 2016 was to have paid just $1 to go for the Hajj, in 2016 he paid 197. In 2017, the same pilgrim will perform the Hajj at the cost of less than $1, because it has reduced. It has reduced with about $300. Impliedly, he will perform the Hajj at the cost of $0.75. But the exchange rate has increased from 197 to 305.
The NAHCON chairman further stated that during the 2017 Hajj, the cost of accommodation and air tickets were reduced significantly.
The cost of accommodation in Mecca, handled by the states, in 2017, the total amount paid on behalf of the states to the service providers by the Commission, compare it with 2016, there is a reduction of $4.3 million. In Medina, the total amount paid in 2016 compared to 2017, there is a reduction of $14.3 million. The cost of air tickets has reduced depending on the departure points. In the most northern departure points with $50, discounted after renegotiation by the Commission with the airlines and representative of the states, headed by Professor K.K. Olosho.
Speaking earlier, Senate President Senator Bukola Saraki, represented by Senator Ahmed Yerima, urged stakeholders at the hearing to be just and comprehensive in their presentations.
This public hearing has therefore been convened to enable the committee to hear a wide range of experiences, opinions, and expertise on the accommodation, logistics, feeding, offshore and offshore for our people who embark on the holy pilgrimage. I therefore urge all stakeholders and interested parties here present to make their submissions without let or hindrance, so that we can truly have a rancor-free pilgrimage exercise in this country.
In his remarks, Chairman of the committee, Senator Adamu Alero, explained why the public hearing was organized by the Senate.
The Senate, on Thursday, July 20th, 2017, debated on a matter of urgent public importance brought its attention by Senator Ibrahim Abdullahi Dambaba. The matter was on the astronomical rise of 2017 Hajj fares, which was announced by the National Hajj Commission. The matter drew the attention of the intending pilgrims, the stakeholders, and the general public, which made it imperative for the Senate to constitute ad hoc committee to look into the issues of airfare, accommodation, feeding, and logistics of Nigerian pilgrims, both here at home and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Stakeholders that appeared before the committee include state pilgrims welfare boards, tour operators, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as well as the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. Also in attendance were airliners and the Nigerian Immigration Service, among others.
As the Foreign Affairs Ministry, our own participation in Hajj activities is mainly the signing of the Memoranda of Understanding between the Nigerian government and the Saudi Arabian authorities. Every year we go for the signing of the MOU after bilateral talks with the Minister of Hajj and Umrah, and subsequently everything else is handled by the Nigerian Hajj Commission. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs doesn't have power of oversight over Nigerian Hajj Commission. This is done under the presidency through the supervision of the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation.
Our role in the affair is that we don't determine, or we don't even allocate or give an exchange rate value that will determine what the Hajj rate for BTA or for other remittances will be concerned about. What we do is we execute presidential directive and order. It is Mr. President that will, through the office of the SGM and then through the NAHCON, will send us a copy of the approval of Mr. President and the exchange rate as approved, and then we will apply it for both the BTA and the remittances and the other offshore remittances for the Hajj operations.
Last year, the Senate and House of Representatives engaged stakeholders in a similar public hearing on Hajj matters. The Federal Capital Territory Muslim Pilgrims Welfare Board will close the collection of 2018 Hajj deposits by the end of February. A statement from the board public relations officer, Lawal Aliyu, says the decision is to ensure compliance with the 16th of March 2018 deadline set up by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. The statement adds that the board has decentralized its services across the 6 area councils of the FCT for the comfort of intending pilgrims during registration. In the meantime, the measures being put in place by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to ensure hitch-free 2018 Hajj have received commendations. A director in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Alhaji Garba Mamman, made the commendations in an interview.
I'm impressed with the process and criteria put in place by the Hajj Commission to select caterers for the Hajj exercise. And so far, I think all those that have applied complied with the criteria.
There's one
preparations for 2018 Hajj has gone far. As part of the efforts, the Minister for State, Ministry for Foreign Affairs, Hajia Khadija Bukar Abba, led a delegation of stakeholders in Hajj affairs to Saudi Arabia. The team first met with the Saudi Arabian Minister for Hajj, during which they deliberated on different aspects of the 2018 Hajj and reviewed that of 2017. Alhaji Abdullahi Modibo Saleh is the Commissioner of Operations at NAHCON. He sheds more light on the meeting.
I review the operations of Hajj of the previous exercise, and at the same time make plans and strategies for the oncoming Hajj. And it affords the two parties opportunities to look at areas of challenges that were encountered with a view towards addressing them for the subsequent Hajj. And that it is an occasion where, if certain lapses are observed on the part of participants, they are reported accordingly and action taken. And it also gives opportunity to the visiting country to highlight the challenges pilgrims of their respective countries faced and then address them accordingly.
He also speaks more on the issues discussed at the meeting, especially areas that need improvement.
As far as previous Hajj was concerned, the Nigerian side has been commended for an unprecedented improvement in the conduct and management of Hajj. Alhamdulillah. And then we also address issues of challenges that, of course, are never avoidable, that how they could be addressed for this coming Hajj and for the future Hajjs.
The tour, termed pre-Hajj visit, was also to facilitate the signing of MOUs. Thereafter, they embarked on facility tours and interacted with service providers in Mecca and Medina. The various committees set up by NAHCON carried out thorough inspections of the facilities of service providers. One of the committees is the Inspectorate Committee, headed by Alhaji Usman Shamaki. The committee visited companies in Mecca and Medina that applied for catering services.
This is our
During the inspection tour, the committee took note of the following: availability of catering facilities, capacity to provide for large number of pilgrims, the hygienic conditions of the premises, and vehicles for timely delivery of food to pilgrims.
And when we cook, it goes directly to this machine pump, and we pump this directly into containers, so we can deliver.
After the inspection of each company, a signed NAHCON sticker indicating its preference or otherwise was placed at the entrance of the companies selected. The committee chairman, Alhaji Usman Shamaki, explains more on the rationale for the inspection.
It's a routine exercise that we always do to establish, after the application, we must establish that actually the kitchen who applied to serve Nigerian pilgrims are in existence, one, and they also have the capacity to serve Nigerians both in Mecca and in the areas of worship in Muna and Arafat.
Alhaji Shamaki disclosed that during the visit, they inspected 50 companies out of the 70 that applied for catering in Mecca and 13 in Medina.
So far, with the exercise we are conducting, moving around to see the equipments, moving around to see the capacity of the kitchen, since last year to date, we have recorded a significant improvement because of the criteria set down by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, which every caterer must meet before they are considered for the services. So I believe most of the caterers have met the condition set out by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
Feeding arrangements have become part of the requirements set by Saudi authorities for the issuance of visa to pilgrims. Any country taking its pilgrims for Hajj must fulfill this requirement. During the Hajj exercise, Nigerian pilgrims are fed twice in Medina with breakfast and dinner. In Mecca, they are provided with food. Food is also provided at Mashair, that is, during the stay in Muna and Arafah. With the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria determined to ensure that Nigerian pilgrims get value for their money in all services paid for, the Commission is concluding plans to introduce Nigerian dishes in the menu being prepared by food vendors engaged by the Commission.
Inshallah, this year we are working in conjunction with our caterers and local food supply in Nigeria to make sure we introduce local content food into our menu in 2018 Hajj, inshallah. We want our pilgrims to feel at home and take Nigeria dishes in Saudi Arabia. We are working towards that, and inshallah we'll achieve that.
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urged all intending pilgrims to seek knowledge on how to perform Hajj and Umrah in order to attain the desired results. To achieve this, NAHCON directs all the Pilgrims Welfare Boards and agencies as well as tour operators to organize enlightenment programs for all the intending pilgrims from date of payment to commencement of operations. It is your right to be educated on how to perform Hajj and Umrah. For more information, visit guide.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng or send an email to info@nigeriahajcom.gov.ng. This message is brought to you by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON.
محمد نبينا بنور هدينا اللهم لبيك لبيك.
When planning to embark on Hajj, intending pilgrims are expected to meet certain conditions set by Islam. These include spiritual and material preparations.
The person performing Hajj, real Hajj.
Guiding us through this aspect of the Hajj exercise is Imam Tajuddin Muhammad Adigun. He begins by highlighting the conditions laid out for intending pilgrims performing the Hajj.
The condition number one, he must be a Muslim. Also, he must be matured. Of course, an immature Muslim can go, like a child of 10, 20, 10, 5, 2 even, at the back of his mother can go on Hajj. But he did not perform the real pillar of Hajj. So that's why scholars used to say a matured Muslim. Number one Muslim, and that Muslim must be matured. Also, a Muslim that is intellectually balanced. A mad person should not go on Hajj. Also, Hajj must be performed by somebody who is healthy. Somebody who is sick, disqualified by doctors not to perform Hajj, should not go on Hajj. And also, he must have the means materially. It's a condition. When you don't have the means, then it is not compulsory on you. These are some of the conditions that actually scholars mention. They mention also security. If there is insecurity on the way in performing Hajj, then a person should not perform Hajj, because Islam respects his life and also respect his property.
How can intending pilgrims get themselves ready spiritually?
You must prepare spiritually, because you want to earn reward. Al-Hajj al-Mabrur laysa lahu al-jaza illa al-Jannah. A successful Hajj that is called Mabrur has no reward except the Al-Jannah, the paradise. So you must prepare spiritually so as to earn this. Number one in your preparation, make sure your iman is firm and your consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is high, and you want it higher. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it also in the Quran, that وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى وَاتَّقُونِ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. You must prepare spiritually so as to gain what is called taqwa, that is God consciousness, doing the do's and running away from the don'ts. This is exactly the summary of the meaning of taqwa.
Seeking Allah's forgiveness and making reconciliation with one another are also some of the requirements to be fulfilled by persons preparing to perform the Hajj.
You must repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala of all your evil deeds and promise that you will never go back to it. This is a resolution you must take if you want to embark on a successful Hajj. These are all spiritual. Also, make sure you reconcile with others. Now you have reconciled with Allah by Tawbah. Any human being, whether Muslim, whether non-Muslim, that you know you have cheated, you have to reconcile by seeking for his forgiveness. And this is a spiritual preparation. If you have also disagreement between you and ABC, right from the family to outside the family, you reconcile. That is what is called sulhu. Wa sulhu khair. And reconciliation is always the best.
Imam Tajuddin says providing a will or bequest is part of their spiritual preparations.
So you write a bequest. If in case I did not come back, I will prefer my daughter who is reading sciences in secondary school to read medicine so that she will assist the Muslim Ummah. And I have made provision, I prepare her for that. Please assist her to achieve that. That is a wasiyah. Make a wasiyah to that. I have dedicated my plot in Gwagwalada or in Kaduna or in Lagos or in Lekki or in Maiduguri to social organization. This is a wasiyah. Long as it's not more than 1/3 of your estate. Now, these are some of the things that will make a pilgrim to be prepared spiritually.
Apart from these, intending pilgrims must acquire knowledge on how to perform the Hajj.
You must be intellectually prepared. You must be educationally prepared. You must have sound orientation on what is Hajj. And you know why emphasis must be laid on this? Hajj is not an act of pillar that you do on daily routine. You perform salat every day. You perform salat almost 5 times a day. On weekly basis, your salat is about 35 times. You must know it, even by conventional. Zakat, you don't give it except yearly. Maybe through yearly operation you know it. Hajj is only once in lifetime.
On the material aspect of the preparations, the Islamic scholar states that pilgrims are expected to make available what their families need for the period they will be away in the Holy Land.
You must make sure that your family extended are actually recognized and taken care of. Extended family by this, if you have parents who are poor and you are not supporting them, you must make sure you have enough to support them before leaving. Your immediate family, your wife, your children, including school fees. In fact, including some amount in case there is health challenge.
Is this also applicable to women?
If a woman is embarking on Hajj, you don't need to emphasize on the financial responsibilities before she left. You don't need it because by Sharia law, she's not compelled to finance whosoever. She should be financed.
Settlement of debts, if any, is a requirement intending pilgrims must discharge.
If there is debt, ad-denu musiwa, if you have debt, it's a calamity. Settle that debt before you go. Except, of course, some debt that you know actually you have the ability. For instance, you are having share in companies, you have bank account everywhere, you have business partner that you are indebted. That is not the debt I refer to. I refer to a miskin, somebody poor who is managing, who has been running away from the person he has collected money from. And he feels by going to Hajj, he will tell Allah to silence him. You are making a mistake. Settle the debt and don't go on Hajj. It's been better for you.
In addition to this, Imam Tajuddin stressed the need for intending pilgrims to engage themselves in exercises in order to be physically fit to stand the rigors of the Hajj.
To be exercising yourself as a young man. Because in Hajj, there are times you move kilometers, you don't have alternative. Because the whole world is gathering there. The whole world is there. It's not your locality. So at times it may call for you walking for 5-6 kilometers. So from now you start exercising yourself. Islam has encouraged that. You can do that with tahajjud in the night. Stand for 2 hours praying. You can walk out in the morning and exercise yourself. It's all recommended. So you exercise yourself so that you feel actually you are healthy while embarking on Hajj.
حبيبي نور سطع المدينة
The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, urges all intending pilgrims from all states of the Federation to start installment payments of at least 300,000 naira monthly for this year's Hajj from November 2017 to March 2018.
The payments and registration should be made at respective state Muslim pilgrims welfare offices nationwide through the NAHCON online registration portal at www.nigeriahajcom.gov.ng free of charge. Therefore, no fee is required for any form for the 2018 Hajj registration at all, nor by the pilgrims registration officers of the state's board.
Payments could be made by bank draft or online platforms of the state pilgrims welfare offices, and receipt must be collected there and then. No cash payment to any person.
All intending pilgrims traveling through states Muslim pilgrims welfare agencies, boards, commissions, and those traveling using tour operators must note that the 2018 Hajj calendar requires that by March ending, all payments must have been concluded in Nigeria to finalize preparations against the May 2018 deadline for the closure of Saudi Hajj portal.
This message is from the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria.
إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك الملك